Hello and welcome to Talking Schmidt. I'm your host, Eric Schmidt.
And hello, I'm Greg Burmeister.
And today we have a very funny comedian with us. Her name is Catherine Zini. Catherine, welcome and thank you for being here.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Of course. How did you find getting here today?
Am I allowed to say where we are?
Yeah.
It's a little out of the way.
Yeah, it is a trek.
It's tricky because I live in the East Village, so we're in Queens right now, and it's a 20-minute Uber, but an hour train ride, and I had to be like,
distance-wise, it's not too far. It's just a weird.
But I'm trying to save money, so I took the train.
Yeah.
And,
did you walk over to Union Square and take the NQR from there?
I took the N from 8th Street, NYU.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Saw a guy jerking off.
My
first time. Yeah.
Do you call it jerking off or jacking off?
Jerking. Well, I don't know. Jacking is fun too.
Well, there's our clip. That's what we're pulling for the episode.
You don't hear jacking off as often. I think it's fun to change it up. So I guess jacking off. Although jacking off it just doesn't sound right coming out of me, I don't think, right? I saw a guy jacking off.
I don't think you should be saying either one.
I think it's lovely.
I don't think women should talk like that. That's what I think.
Jerking off.
So he was jerking off.
He was playing with himself.
Yeah, it was great.
Younger guy, older guy?
So, you know that there's a station in South Brooklyn that's it's not used anymore. It's on the Orange Line, and it looks like a kaleidoscope when you go by.
No.
It's like an art installment almost, and it just flashes.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, I do know that. Yeah.
It was kind of like that because it was at a station we weren't stopping at, and we were just flying by, and he was furiously jerking off. And I was like, what a beautiful slice of New York. I have never seen it before. I've lived in New York for the better part of a decade, and everyone talks about seeing people jerking off on the subway all the time, and I hadn't seen it. And I was like, yeah, there it is.
Finally.
Yeah, I'm glad you finally got to check that off your...
I've never seen it. I've never seen anyone masturbate.
Yeah, me neither.
On the train.
Really?
Yeah, I've been here 13 years, and I've never seen...
I've been here 15 years, never seen anyone jerking off on the train, or jacking off on the train.
Jacking off. Chipping away at the old Bunbury.
Someone did tell me they saw a woman doing it once.
No.
Which I thought for sure was not a thing. I thought that was strictly dominated by men, jacking off on the trains.
Breaking the glass ceiling.
But when women record the guys sometimes to get them busted or to shame them into stop doing it.
Well, I think it's classist if you if you shame someone for jerking. Well, if you don't have a home, you got to jerk off somewhere, right? So
there's another great quote to pull for this episode. So, if you don't have a home, you got to jerk off somewhere. Yes, I suppose that's true.
Human being, you gotta.
That's got to be the worst though. Just using your brain, to imagine sexy situations to jerk off. Not having a phone.
I think
public.
That's a feminine quality, actually.
Women do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like erotic literature.
So you don't think this guy was doing that? You don't think it was...
No. Who knows what he was thinking about.
How long did he finish in the time you were watching?
No. I was on the train and it was speeding by. I just
you saw he was not on the subway.
No, sorry. He was on the bench in front of a lot of people.
Okay.
So I don't know if this counts actually.
Why?
He wasn't on the subway.
Oh my God. He was in the 49th Street subway station, the one with all the red bricks. By Times Square.
Oh, wonderful station, by the way.
Yeah, it's a great station. I've used it a lot. Yeah. No, I think there's an underground club in the 49th Street station.
There is one at 50th.
Okay.
There is a bar there's a barber shop now and a pizza place in the subway station at 50th.
And what?
It's the 123 line.
Okay. Because I swear
the bar is supposed to be really cool, actually.
I've always wanted to go.
All right, well, maybe we'll do that after
this. Should we go?
Yeah,
okay. I am sober, so I don't know if it'll be as fun, but...
How long you been sober?
Where's my phone? 53 days or something and 16 hours.
You're doing dry January, February, and March.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
It's not great. Mm-hmm. Turns out... You go sober for a while and you think that'll fix you, and it turns out that wasn't the problem at all.
That's not the only problem.
I really got to work on my personality, and it's fun. I mean, there are benefits. You feel healthier, but then
Are you like picking up other habits? Are you like eating like shit to make up for the fact? Okay.
Yeah, I
A lot of
crave
sugar.
cannolis a lot.
yeah,
I live
yep.
next to Veneros. I shouldn't say that, but I do. And
You didn't say
it's-
which direction.
Yeah,
It
what's
is to the right.
what's your address?
If you're looking
yeah,
at.
it's very close. It's honestly, it's just right there.
I walked by there last night actually because I went to my buddy's restaurant by there, Joe and Pat's.
Yeah.
And I walked by there because I was walking over to 12th Street Ale House.
Yes.
And somewhat like two women stopped and looked at the menu. They're like, "What's this?" And I was like, "It's great." And they're like, "What kind of food is it?" And I was like, "Dessert."
Just.
And they were like, "Yeah,
Sugar.
Yeah.
we're fucking
It's-
in for that shit."
I now
So
have a
you've ju-
cannoli habit.
Cannoli
Yeah,
habits. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably just as much sugar as it was when you were drinking.
Yeah.
Right?
So I read actually that when you cut out booze and you start craving sugar, it's not necessarily because there's so much sugar in booze and you're addicted to sugar. It's more like the reward center of your brain going like, I need a little treat.
Yeah,
Like I deserve
yeah.
a treat. And
Sure.
usually you do that with a drink.
Yeah.
But now I don't have that. So
You-
I go,
you need
I get a box
cannolis
of
to make
cannoli.
you happy.
Yeah, exactly.
So the problem with drinking, the problem I have with it is like when I start doing it, I'm having just a blast and I just keep doing it. But like I'm never like
Yeah.
when I'm sober, like when I'm not drinking, I'm never like I need a drink.
Yeah,
it's just
there's-
like when you start drinking, it's like, hey, but let's keep this going.
Yeah, that's why I just like lately I just haven't been drinking if I go to a bar because I could have one or two, but then I'm just either going to want to keep going
Yeah.
or I just get tired.
Yeah.
So I'm like
Yeah.
it's easier and more fun to just not have anything at all.
Exactly. It's cheaper for sure,
Yeah,
too.
that's
That
true.
is part of it. And that is like a side category that people don't talk about. They think you're either like addicted or you can handle it. But I feel like it's more common that there are those of us who, if we're alone, I'm not craving alcohol, but when
Right.
I'm with
Yeah.
people and I start, I'm like, let's keep this party going
yeah, man.
all night long.
And then you feel terrible the next day.
Exactly. And I do think it's a mark of maturity now that I can go to bars, like you said, and just hang out. When I was 22, I would be like, fuck this.
Yeah,
This sucks.
I'm not even going to be around
Yeah,
other
just
people
like
if I'm not.
listening to my friends have a conversation, I'd be like, boo, let's get out of here. I need to do
You
shots.
guys fucking suck.
You're lame as. Oh, speaking of, I got you guys a little gift just to
Oh,
say
no
thank you for
way.
having me.
What? Well, this is a first.
Yeah.
Well, well, that's gonna make everyone who got us gifts before sad that I said that. Oh my
Whoa.
gosh!
It's
Look at
just
that.
like just thanks for something I would bring to a dinner party.
It's Everclear. I didn't know
Yeah.
I didn't know they made this
I didn't know that was
Yeah.
still legal.
anymore.
It's open.
It's open.
I did drink out of it, but I did it in 2023.
Oh my god! Okay, I
so-
thought maybe
Try it out,
you
Eric.
just somehow found a bottle and filled it
Yeah.
with water as like a bit.
No,
but
that's
this,
real
I
Everclear.
smelled it. This is
Like when Dave Letterman used to
Yeah,
chug
right,
out of the
right.
vodka bottle.
Yeah.
This is gasoline
that's
in
for
here.
you.
So thank you.
It's
Well, let's leave it-
95%.
Let's put it on the table
that
here.
is
That's terrific.
flammable.
Yeah, I like you're like, I'm not drinking. Here's a bottle of Everclear.
Yeah, is that what you guys drink? I don't know. It's like red wine.
well, thank you. Oh my gosh, how about this for news? Tonight,
Yeah.
we have our show at the Gutter.
Oh,
Tonight we do
yeah.
have our show at the Gutter.
It's Thursday.
It is
So you know
Thursday.
what that means.
Gutter time.
Gutter time.
Live
so,
steaks.
Live what?
Steaks.
Did you say steaks? Have I been calling it the wrong thing?
Is it not live steaks?
Raw steaks.
Live-
Oh dear. I gotta change a few things.
Yeah, we gotta
then.
call Ian.
So Ian, your boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
was nice enough to design the logo for us, the Live Snakes logo
Yes,
that we're
he did.
using. Did a fantastic job.
Mm-hmm.
Also, so let's talk a little bit about how Live Snakes came to be.
Okay.
The show we're doing tonight in Williamsburg.
Tonight.
What were you gonna say? You said-
Tonight.
Tonight, yes. So I did a show with your boyfriend Ian for a long time. We produced a show called Good For You.
Mm-hmm.
And then, that venue closed. We made some changes, and then we retired the show, right?
Yeah.
And then a year went by, and I was like, I'd like to maybe bring back Good For You.
Mm-hmm.
And so I called, or I texted. I don't call anyone. I texted our good friend of the podcast, Casey James Salengo, and I was
Yes.
like, hey, I'm thinking about, talking to Ian and maybe bringing back Good For You. I'd like to do it at the Gutter. And he was like, oh, well, I'll get them. I'll tell them that they should have you. And I was like, okay, cool.
Not I'll ask. I'll tell them you're going to do it.
Yeah, that is what he
I'll inform them.
Yeah, I'll inform them of this. And I was like, cool. I didn't know he meant he was going to do it right then.
Oh, yeah.
So then he texted Jack, who's like the head honcho down there. And he was like, they're going to do their show there. And Jack was like, okay. And then...
just didn't give him a choice.
Yeah, and so then he texted me and was like, hey, you're set up. You're good. You can do good for you there. And I'm like, okay, well, I should probably now have a conversation with Ian Hunt about this.
Yeah. So that's why there was so much. We need to have this conversation now.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Okay, you didn't tell us that part.
Very urgent.
Well, I actually figured it maybe was a good way to approach it, to just go to Ian with something already like, this is greenlit if you want it, and he did not want it.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you guys laid it to rest. There was a funeral pyre. The corpse is burned. You can't just be like, by the way, it's back.
I love when people do that, though. I love when a band is like, there's our farewell tour, and we'll see you next summer.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
I've seen Motley Crue, I think 3 times on their farewell tours.
Yeah, exactly.
Different tours, different years.
I'm a big fan of that type of activity.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, Ian didn't want to, for all very good reasons. He he just didn't want to produce a show anymore, which is totally.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but then I asked you. I was like, "Do you want to produce a show with me?" And you were like, "Not really." And,
that's true.
Nobody wants to do that. Why are we
I was like, I will do it if there are 100 producers.
Yeah, that's what you said, and which was I also wanted to do it that way too, so it worked out. And then we found some other great ones, most of which I could name. But yeah, and then so we assembled a team, and we got a good team, and we got some good branding going. It's at a terrific venue, and
it's
and
great.
you're on the show tonight. I'm hosting the show tonight.
I'm on it tonight. I can't wait to perform tonight.
It's going to be great. Very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, I really am excited about it because Good For You was a party, and I feel like we need that back.
Yeah.
It's just a new name. It can still be Good For You, but it's almost, I
You're
think,
going to anger every other producer about the...
What?
They'll be like, well, that's not what it is. We can't just say that.
What do you mean?
like to just call it Good For You feels like
no,
I'm stealing.
just saying the vibe. Like bringing back, because there are lots of shows that they're just a show and it's like spot trading and stuff, but I want this to be fun. I want it to be like a party.
I mean, it's a great venue for it. Like it's a perfect branding. Like it has a very Good For You feel, that venue, the Gutter. It's like divey, it's a little crusty. I mean, it's very clean. Yeah, but it has like a vibe for sure. So how did we come up with the name?
We all sat around sincerely brainstorming for a while, and then Mia was just doing bits, of course.
Mia wasn't taking it seriously at all. Mia Faith Hammond, wonderful comedian, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod.
And she just threw out live snakes
as a joke, and then
and we voted against it.
Yeah. Well, no, I was the only one who wanted it, and nobody else did, and then somehow I won.
Yeah. Well,
the power of the secret.
Nobody could come up with anything better.
Well, no, we voted it down initially, and then I was like, I feel like we've made a mistake. I voted against it, but I was like, I feel like we've made a mistake. I think we need to re-vote. And then we did, and then I believe it won unanimously. I don't think anyone voted against.
The power of democracy. It's beautiful.
We did 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, exactly. I was the one.
Yeah, you were the man.
Although
you were the angry man.
I was the angriest man. Although I will say that I still stand by my original idea. We should name the show "Women Who Suck," and you said, but sometimes it's just going to be men producing and running the show. And I said, even funnier.
No, I'm not getting canceled for your dumb idea. That's for sure.
Not dumb. It's great. Can you imagine going to a show called Women Who Suck? Or being booked on a show called Women Who Suck?
I can, because I probably have done a show called Women Who Suck. Talk to me about your writing process. I texted you and a few other... You don't have one? Okay.
No.
I texted a few other people texted you and like Davidson Boswell, a few other people the other day, because I wanted to know how much you're allowed to repeat when you're on a show. And everyone gave me about the same answer, which is like 25 to 50%.
There are no rules.
Fine.
I mean,
there are no rules.
There are 57-year-old road dogs who've been doing the exact same bit verbatim.
Name names.
For
Eddie Brill.
Oh, geez. Second podcast in a row. We're trashing Eddie Brill.
Sorry,
Good
Ed.
Lord.
I think you do whatever you want. If people,
Sure.
Yeah, definitely never. You should always prioritize the audience. If it's a brand new audience full of people and you think they're really gonna love a joke you've done a lot, just do it.
You gotta do
Don't
it.
worry about the comic in the back who's going to be like, this guy always does this joke. It's not for him or her, I guess.
I do always, that is something that always bugs me is when I see like a comic that I know has seen me do the exact same fucking.
It bothers me
I'm
too.
like, when you see them, it's not a good facial expression
I
to
always
make it
picture
something.
Nick Milton. Do you picture Nick Milton? You're just like,
Just judging
you
from the
fucking
back.
suck.
Yes, I do. Okay, we were all
Yeah.
thinking the same guy.
I got used to when I worked at a comedy club, I would see the same comics do the exact same set,
Yeah.
word for word, every night for
Yeah.
months, and like I would even just like lip sync their set as
Yeah,
they were
you
doing
know the
it.
timing,
Yeah, I
yeah.
knew like every single.
Yeah. I used to do
hit.
that. I mean, I have done it at New York Comedy Club, and I remember I started looking at the bouncer who's always at the door like, this poor guy has heard this so many times.
Exactly.
You excited about March Madness?
I love Mark. Wait, did I tell you to talk about this, or did you just know that I love?
I took some weird notes last night after I'd been in the sauce a little bit. In my cups, as
You're
they
in the
say.
Everclear.
I wrote down, these are the only two things I wrote down. I wrote down March Madness and Girl Scout cookies.
What?
You and I have never discussed Girl Scout cookies before.
I just bought Girl Scout cookies.
Whoa!
my gosh,
I just
this is
finished
crazy.
off a sleeve of Thin Mints a couple days ago.
That's the proper portion, a sleeve
One
at a
sleeve,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not a
Put them in the
box.
freezer? Are you a freezer guy?
Yeah, I
or-
love them in
Yeah,
the freezer.
yeah, me too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, now
So-
we're talking,
Whoa,
buddy. Now
buddy.
we're getting to it.
I just purchased Girl Scout cookies. A friend of mine from high school, her daughter is a Girl Scout, and I was like, oh, that's cute. I'd like some cookies. So she was sharing her little website. I bought them, but the Girl Scouts have this scheme going where if you buy it online, you have to buy 4 boxes in order for them to ship it.
That sounds great. I mean, that sounds
I mean,
like how many,
yeah, I was like,
it sounds
I'll
like how
do
many you
it,
should order.
but
yeah.
it's like $50 or something with shipping, and I was like, what am I doing?
Wait, how much are Girl Scout cookies? I think
it was honestly like 30, almost $40 for 4 boxes. It's not crazy, but you know,
I've never been the one to actually do the purchasing of Girl Scout cookies.
because that's a woman thing.
Well, I'm not allowed near Girl Scouts for reasons we won't get into.
Yeah.
But no, it is. I mean, like my mom would always buy them, and now my wife buys them because like I also don't work. I don't have a job, so I'm not around. I'm not around someone
I
who's
mean,
like.
Girl Scouts loiter all sorts of places.
Greg doesn't have a daughter for me to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
For me to buy Girl Scout
Like I get them
cookies
from my coworkers,
Yeah,
but you can't.
right.
You know, I saw on like poles or whatever, garbage cans, things all over the city. Girl Scouts just have QR codes now that you can.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And my mom used to drag my ass around the neighborhood in a wagon, and I'd have to go door to door, like, please, will you buy my cookies? And nobody would.
How long were you a Girl Scout?
2-3 years. I was a brownie, and then I was a Girl Scout for like 2. You can't go beyond 2nd grade. I think it's a little much.
Okay, yeah,
it's
fair
a
enough.
little-
I mean, the
little
whole thing.
gauche.
Yeah, grow up.
Gauche. Okay. Real nerdy shit.
Little ghost.
What badges do you remember getting?
I can't remember a single one.
A single one?
I remember there was a sewing one, and I couldn't get that because I couldn't sew, and my mom would sew all the patches on my thing.
Just realized I didn't have the label out on
yeah.
Everclear.
Sponsored by Everclear.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to blur that. Did you have to go camping? Was that part of it?
No, I never did that. I think Boy Scouts. That's more Boy Scouts. Girl Scouts are like.
Do you guys just sell cookies? Is it just a cookie
it's just
thing?
Cookies. It's a cookie scam.
Jeez, it's
Yeah.
not a scam. I mean, it's
It's a pyramid scheme.
It is.
There's a cookie kingpin.
It gets women ready for later in life.
Multi-level
pyramid
yeah,
marketing.
yeah, for like leggings and makeup and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know what people in the suburbs
Yeah.
are up to.
No.
We're so out of touch here in New York.
Yeah.
We're just like, burn Bibles and
That's true.
and go to sleep. That's all we do here.
Go to sleep. Yes.
And get excited for March Madness.
March Madness.
We gotta buy one of those. Oh wait, that's way illegal. What I almost just said. Maybe we'll do some gambling, legal gambling.
Yeah.
We'll do,
Yeah.
On March Madness. Do you have a team or no? You don't have a team.
No. I burned myself once before because my family's from Philadelphia. So there was one year where Villanova and somebody else were in the finals, and I almost picked the team that ended up winning, but I was like it's Villanova. I want Villanova to win. And they lost by a fucking layup with like a second left, and I was like, never again.
Never again.
I really
Did you go to college?
I did go to college, yeah.
No, I know.
I did.
Where did you go again?
I went to LaSalle University.
It's like a lady college or something?
That's Cabrini. Cabrini's nearby, and that's well, I don't think it's a girls' college anymore, but like once a girls' college.
Lady college?
Yeah. Yeah, we learned cookie selling and MLMs and stuff. No, it's a co-ed college in Philadelphia, Northeast Philadelphia.
Do they have a team or no?
Yeah, they actually made it to the Sweet 16 the year I graduated.
Oh, wow.
It was great. Yeah, they beat Ole Miss, Old Piss in the Sweet.
Really,
Wait, no.
Really going after our southern audience there.
Sorry. They were beaten by Wichita State in the Sweet 16, I think.
Ooh,
Sweet 16, that's a fun one to get to.
Yeah, it was amazing. I don't know if it had ever happened before. We're a really small school, and our basketball team hadn't been very good up until then. So it was like everyone was out in the street.
Have you ever been to a March Madness game?
No, I've only watched in bars.
Very good. Well, by then you'll be drinking again.
Oh, I went to what's the one in, yeah, that's true. In... Where you don't make it, it's like the
NIT.
NIT.
Oh,
yeah, I think I've been to an
not
NIT.
In tournament.
Yeah, I think I've been.
What
to
does
one
NIT stand for?
Not in tournament.
Wait, it really does stand
Really?
for that? That's not like a
I think so.
derogatory. Oh.
Yeah,
I thought you were just,
you don't
I thought you were
make
just
it,
dishing
so
out
you-
a sick burn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I could be mistaken because I don't really watch teenage boys play basketball.
Oh, listen to you. Really coming after us now. I liked it when you were sick burning other things and people, but now us, no thanks,
I like to
Greg.
play basketball.
Oh,
but-
listen
Not
to
me.
him.
Yeah.
I like to bet on it.
Okay, well, you can come bet on me and Greg playing against
Yeah.
each
Okay,
other.
well, I mean, you drop one vice and you got to pick up another. I've gotten into sports gambling recently.
Really?
Yeah.
What site do you use?
I forget.
Okay, but you're not.
See, you know how your
DraftKings.
wife does the cookie shopping?
Yes.
My wife does the
Internet
internet gambling. That's
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's a
You
team
guys
effort.
You guys are gambling on
So
sports now?
we've decided that if you just bet on like almost like sure things, like teams that are like almost
going
guaranteed to win, you make a little bit of money as you go, and just like we're not trying to make a ton at once, but
Sure.
you just like
Do you do parlays?
I don't know what that means. I just
That's where like several things have to happen,
like
and then you get like
6
a lot
things
of
need
money.
to-
no, so that's the opposite of what we're doing. We're just like,
You're betting on, like,
two
you're like,
teams
the
against
Lions
each
are
other.
gonna win.
Yeah, whoever's probably gonna win, we bet on them, and then you make like $20 or like 80 at a time.
Are you betting on like all sports? I mean, are you doing NBA? Are you doing NFL? You're doing all the sports.
Horse races.
Sometimes.
Really?
Sometimes he just goes rogue and just.
Wow. Fascinating.
I gave up Everclear. I gotta do something that makes me feel.
Diversifying your gambling.
Exactly.
Tell us about there was one subject you wanted to discuss. When I asked you what you wanted to talk about on the podcast, you
Don't
said
do this,
thermodynamics.
Eric. Don't play this game. Oh yeah. Well, that was I was trolling you
Were
because
we
you
doing
kept
bits?
asking me what I'm gonna talk about, and that's your job. So
You were just like, I don't care.
Yeah, I was like, you're not gonna get me to do homework. So I told you to research the laws of thermodynamics, which you didn't.
I didn't. Yeah, that's true. Well, listen. So here's the way we do things here at Talking Schmidt. The first time someone comes on, I do research for them.
Research. Even the first time I went on, we'd been friends for at least like 6 years.
Yeah,
so.
but I did research. I listened to other episodes of other podcasts you had been on as research. What I do for the second time someone comes on is I ask, and this might be your third time, by the way.
It is my third time, yeah.
I ask them like to come up with bits. You know, like if you watch like Conan and see like Zach Galifianakis on Conan, it's clearly not really an interview. It's like, I've got bits I'm working on about this, and this. Just ask me like softball type things just to get me
Set
going.
me up.
Yeah. So that's what I was asking you for, was ways to set you up. Now, brilliant comic mind that you are, you had no preparation and have just done swimmingly, I think.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. That's why I brought the Everclear.
Yeah, to get us drunk.
I'm trying to get you guys fucked up. Will you have some? Have a swig.
I have some Everclear.
Put it in your Talking Schmidt mug.
Do it.
Come on.
All right.
Come on, have fun.
I
gotta live vicariously.
I've ever had Everclear.
Certainly never had it straight up.
It's 190 proof.
Is it?
Yeah.
Does it say that on? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Just take a big swig.
I'm not gonna take a big swig.
Don't be a friggin' pansy. Drink the
Chug
Everclear.
it.
Wow, look at that, folks.
Oh, gross.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Pretty good. That'll clean you out.
Well, this episode brought to you by the fine folks at Everclear, who reminds you to always be drunk.
Always be
Green
clear.
alcohol. I don't know. In Pennsylvania, growing up, when I was in college, in order to get Everclear, which we did not need, you could just get regular alcohol. We had to drive to New Jersey because it was illegal in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I thought it was illegal in a lot of
It
states.
should be.
It really should be.
It should be illegal here, but
What's the capital?
whew, I can smell that on your breath.
I can feel that on my breath. What's the capital of Pennsylvania? Harrisburg?
Yeah.
Very good.
Why didn't you let me say it?
I was worried you didn't remember.
That I didn't know?
Yeah, I was worried you forgot.
I know capitals. I know
Yeah?
all the capitals in the world.
Okay,
Yeah.
Florida.
Tallahassee.
Okay, Mississippi.
Jackson.
Alabama.
Montgomery.
It is Montgomery.
Very
know
nice.
that.
Very nice.
Very good. Well, you've passed our...
Thank you very much.
Our 5th grade geography quiz.
I watched this podcast. This dude drank some Everclear and then quizzed
Quiz
people
the lady on
states and
state capitals.
So I'm reading this really depressing book right now called Tyranny, Inc.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, and the guy talks about how states where the capital is like far away from, like the major cities.
Like Harrisburg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like
in the middle
Albany.
of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, Albany,
Yeah.
allows for more corruption in state government because
nice.
there's no like journalism there to like police the people
No
in charge.
journalism in Harrisburg.
Listen, I'm drunk, all right? What the fuck? You come to my thing, give me booze.
Eric already finished the bottle of Everclear.
What the hell?
It's gone.
But isn't that crazy? Like, isn't that interesting?
It's truly why they did that to
No.
keep
I
it
mean,
away?
they didn't know they didn't when they were setting up capitals. Sometimes they would set up capitals as just like a nod to all the people who live in the sticks. Like, we'll let
Okay.
you kind of be in
Oh, you
government
guys are
too.
doing something.
But now it works
Yeah.
out for the elected officials
I
in
see.
that they're not being policed and they're like can get away with a lot more corruption.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's not nice.
Oh, right. Yeah. Never mind.
I mean, not only should New York be the capital of
The world.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Not only should New York be the capital of the state of New York, it should be the capital of the United States. I'm very glad it is not, because man, what a pain in the ass it would be if the president lived
Yeah,
here.
just
Yeah.
to go anywhere would
Yeah.
be terrible.
Anytime that asshole decided to move around, it's like, oh fuck, well I can't go to that part of town, or whatever, or wherever he lives. That'd be a pain in the dick, in the doink,
The
if
doink.
you will,
Yeah.
pain in the doink.
Well, Philadelphia used to be the capital of the country.
That's a better one than the one they have. You
Yeah.
know, the swamp, as they say,
Yeah.
down in Washington
Lock
D.C.
her up.
Yeah.
Lock her up.
Take another swing of that
Lock her
Everclear.
up.
Lock her up. Lock her
Who
up.
are we locking up?
I don't know. Her.
They should drain the swamp, though. I think
Yeah.
I'm for
Yeah,
that.
it's getting a little too
yeah.
It's too swampy.
It's
too
too
wet
swampy.
in there.
Yeah. So you heard it here first, folks. We think
Drain
they
that
should
swamp.
drain the swamp.
And lock her up.
And lock her up.
We're not sure on who. Hey, big election coming up, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who's running? Have you heard this? Have you seen this?
Joe Brandon.
Joe President Joe Brandon.
Couple very old men.
Joe
Yeah.
Brandon.
Yeah.
And the guy from Home Alone.
Oh, for
is
the guy
running.
from the 80s.
Yeah, the guy from the
Yeah.
80s.
Wait, that like genius kid?
Huh?
Or like that tech billionaire kid from First Kid or something?
No, there was this guy. He hosted this show called The Apprentice for
Yeah,
a
I've
while.
worked-
Oh, I see.
I worked on it, but I can't remember what it was called. It
Yeah.
was some NBC
You worked
show.
on it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
it was
you
one of
worked on
Mark
that.
Burnett's show, but he has like 100 reality shows.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
interesting stuff. There's people are talking
Never
about.
seen anything like this before.
People are talking about immigration a lot. Have you seen this?
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
heard this?
Interesting.
I don't know. I don't know what they should do about that.
Why are you bringing this up?
I think they should lock her up.
Lock her up. Lock her
I
up.
don't see how that solves the immigration
I
issue.
think-
Well,
Yeah.
she's locked
Yeah,
up.
if she's locked up, then immigration
then
problems
everything
go
will
away.
be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fair.
And Everclear will be legal in all states.
All right, listeners, if you have feelings about immigration, be sure to email us at
Use
talkingschmidt69.
promo code Lock Her Up for $1 off of a liter of Everclear.
Complimentary shooter of Everclear.
All right. Well, hey, you and Ian have a YouTube channel
Yes,
now,
we do.
right? Yeah,
it's
that's
called
fun.
Big Tobacco.
Big Tobacco.
Very funny.
Is it because you guys are fans of Big Tobacco? In some way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, we're trying to get that sponsorship.
Just get a bunch of free cigarettes.
It's basically your old podcast, right?
Yeah.
But you're doing it in video form.
Yeah.
Convenient to watch video form. And you guys are having fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just hit 1,000 subscribers
Oh my
over
God,
the weekend.
congrats.
Thank you very much.
Very
Thank
nice.
you very much.
So guys, how can people find it?
It's as my dad has pointed out, it's kind of hard to search for, but it's Big Tobacco on YouTube.
Okay.
So if you search
Someone
it that
is
way,
already Big Tobacco? Is Big is like
yeah, Big
is
Tobacco.
Marlboro?
Yeah, it's actually
Big Tobacco was taken.
They're taking it back for themselves,
Yeah.
like gay people did with the slurs that they.
They're taking it back.
Big Tobacco's like, we'll call ourselves Big Tobacco.
Yeah,
Be,
yeah,
like,
it's
saucy
cute.
about it, you know. Is it cute?
But Big Tobacco?
Yeah.
Being tongue in cheek?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it is
And so
cute.
Big Tobacco on YouTube.com.
Yeah.
And anything else to plug?
To plug? Are we done already?
Yeah, we only do like 20, 30
What?
minutes episode.
Yeah, it's already been 30 minutes.
Oh my gosh!
Traveled an hour.
Well,
Can you take one more swig of this?
oh Jesus
Take a
Christ.
swig.
Take a swig.
Do I have any more
Take
water?
a swig. Take a swig.
I was going to go out and drink after this,
Well-
but now I can just lay down on Greg's couch and
Yeah,
go to sleep.
take a nap while I edit
All right,
this thing.
swig away.
Here we go.
Yeah, beautiful.
Ooh.
This has been Talking Schmidt, everyone. I'm your host,
This-
Catherine Zini.
This has
With
been-
me always is Greg.
Hello,
Burmeister.
everybody.
This is Drinking Schmidt.
Drinking Schmidt.
Welcome to Drinking Schmidt. I'm your host talking. Come to see us tonight.
Tonight.
At Live Snakes at the Gutter.
9 o'clock p.m.
9 o'clock
Who
p.m.
knows, honestly.
Greg's going to be playing some music. He's playing music intros.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that. That's going to be great.
yeah.
Do
It'll be
you want to
fun.
give people? Do you want to tell people what your song's going to be?
No, it's a surprise.
Okay.
Ooh.
But I'll give you a hint. It's the theme song to Reba.
That's a generous hint you've given.
We won't say Reba's last name, though.
Yeah, so
You're going to have to figure that one out.
do a little
Could be any
Googling.
Reba, really.
Yeah, a lot of
Little
Rebas out there.
Easter egg
Could
for
be
you.
the Super Bowl one, or could be like a different Reba.
Yeah.
So anyway, come out, see us, and thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Talking Schmidt is recorded at Burmeister Studios in
Astoria, Queens.
Opening music is by Greg Burmeister. Closing music is by
Greg Burmeister.
Our intern is Jason Travis. If you like what you've heard, please like, follow, and write a review for us wherever you listen to podcasts. If you didn't like it, please keep listening to it, but keep your opinions to yourself. If you really liked it, you can find bonus episodes over on our Talking Schmidt Patreon page. Membership is just $5 per month, and it goes a long way to buy us the equipment and bourbon we need. Thanks in advance, and hope you're doing great.